All these questions are just so spot on with like my thoughts recently. I mean, it's like you went into my brain and like are asking such good things. I'm growing out of friendships. I'm having friendships dissolve or not work
So
for some
sad.
reason, and it's tough. But I think as you move on in life, like you see people's true colors, you see who puts the effort in with you see who's there in the moments you need them, who shows up for you. I was very insecure about not having a friend group. Like when I was a senior at USC, same girl.
Yes.
Yeah, I was so insecure about not having a friend group. Like, and this was something that I would not even post about because I'm doing real posts for 2 years and I had not posted about this because everyone's like, "You're so cool, I love you," and I'm like, "But people in my life don't ask me to hang out." So senior year, it was like volleyball ended, and I was like, "Holy, I have no friends that didn't play volleyball, and I have no social life. I'm not going to Coachella with anyone. I'm not going to stagecoach with anyone." It was sad, lots of tears. But then in the pandemic, I kind of realized like so I have two best friends, Natalie and Aubrey, shout out, incredible people. And then I have my boyfriend Max, who I also consider a best friend. I'm weird like that. And so, and then I of course have like a few other people who I just like I would die for. All my people are spread out, so that's why I was always insecure of like we don't have that group. And in the pandemic, there were no pictures of people at bars. There was no Coachella festival. There was nothing to give me FOMO. And I slowly realized that without the societal pressure that says you need pictures with everyone, you need a birthday party with balloons and 10 girls at a table. Without that pressure, I actually had no desire for it because I was so fulfilled by my career and like the 5 or 6 friends I do have and I've always had. And
Mhm.
so that was like a major holy shit epiphany for me in this pandemic that like obviously of course I wish this all didn't happen to the world, but leaving this, I'm going to be able to remind myself when the societal pressure is not there, no part of me it feels empty. Like I'm whole. And I realized that through this kind of isolation that so I'm repeating myself now, but tell me what you're thinking because I know you resonate.
Will straight up go on social media and be like, the girl group is a lie. Like it is
Yeah,
straight up a lie. They're all talking shit about each other. They all hate each other.
that too. Wait, the girl group is a lie. I love that quote. Is that
The girl
trademark?
group,
Or I'll quote you.
and not only that, here's my other quote. I sound my other thing is it's not all sunshine, rainbow, and tailgate pictures. Like
Oh yeah, that's funny.
think about it. In college, for me, I went to Wisconsin, go Badgers, whatever. I graduated early. I was like ready to go to New York and make money. And people thought I was so weird for that, for not staying for my literally the only reason I got shit for graduating early was because I would miss out on my senior picture friends that I would have had.
Girl, I didn't even take those pictures because I didn't have it.
I didn't either.
Oh, really?
Oh, do you want to know what I did? I went to the University of Sydney, and there was the Asian club had their graduation. Families flew in from Asia, and so I definitely didn't fit in. I'm like this Jewish girl from New Jersey, and I went over and asked. No one spoke English. Asked to borrow their hats and took my graduation picture in a borrowed man from the Asian club's hat with his family from
Yeah,
China.
that hits all too close. I took mine with my one best friend, Aubrey. Natalie went to Notre Dame, so knocked me down to one. And Max had graduated, so here we are. And yeah, I did them with her. And honestly, I could have pried my way into like the big friend group that she went with. Felt I didn't want to be that girl that everyone's like not wanting in their pictures forever. And I just, yeah, it was a bummer. And like, yeah, I mean, I relate hard. And like there were a few things in my journey where like the 5 girls I went to the USC team with as a freshman, like the ones I lived with in the dorm, I was the last one there as a senior. So it was also like the girls I had entered with that were supposed to be my bridesmaids, supposed to be my people, transferred, got cut or quit. And so it was just like I was last man standing kind of. And that sucked too, was like I missed those girls and yeah, but I mean, I'm so funny that you did not take the pictures either. Me either. And it's such a thing, especially Wisconsin too. Like they have the champagne, they're all wearing white dresses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, don't know her.
Don't know. Dude, didn't even go to graduation. I didn't have a
I
graduation.
didn't either, but I didn't go because I was playing volleyball overseas. But I didn't care to not go.
But look at where you are now.
Yeah.
And by the way, my mom didn't go to her graduation either. And I think as a senior, you're like, oh my God, graduation, the ceremony. Like, little do you know, when you look back, like, no one's even paying attention. Like, why are
Well,
these symbolic of
But
anything.
it's funny because I still know some of those girls. I see them, and like you said, now there's drama with some of them got an apartment of four and the others were excluded. Some of them never hear from one person. And like, I don't wish that for these groups. I hope they thrive and they all love each other and they eat ice cream. But that's just not always the case, you know?
There have to be other girls that feel like the friend group is a lie, that feel like they don't fit in, or like they're in post grad and they don't have more than five best friends. And like you feel like a loser when you actually don't have more than five best friends. And why?
I mean, all the movies, John Tucker
Mean
Must
Girls.
Die, Mean
Right.
Girls, you see the groups. And so you want one. And I was just someone that like got along with a lot of people. And so as a result, it was like I never joined one group and like ostracized myself from all other people in humanity. But at the same time, by being kind of friends with everyone, I was never close enough to be part of that dinner of six or seven. And I always
Right.
felt insecure making my dinner of six or seven because I was like, no one knows each other. Does this girl think it's weird I'm inviting her? Um, but now I just feel really, like I said, and this is not a lie, like I do feel content with the best friends I do have, and like, and even the friends that are not my best friends but are lifelong friends, cultivating deeper relationships with them now, and getting away from this idea that I need seven girls that live down the street and can hang with me on Friday night.
This is just real talk. Like I was not even planning to talk about this with you. Like I I think it's so fun. I live in New York City, but
Just say if you live in LA, problem solved.
add a six. No, but it's like there are so many great things that come with being your own friend group. Do something by yourself. Like go to the bathroom by yourself, or like go to a meal by yourself, and it's going to be scary, but then you kind of adapt. What
That's
was your
another
thing?
thing. I bet you have the confidence to show up to the party and walk in alone. Not need the I'm outside, come meet me and walk me in. Like that's never been me. I'm like, I'll walk in and pronounce I'm here and let's go. And confidence is different for everyone. But that is an upside is, you're forced to gain that independence.
Bria and Natalie, let's say they each have two other best friends. Have
Yes.
you found that you love their best friends because if you love their morals and values, you know that they're attracting people
Oh
more
my God,
similar?
of course, of course. And like this weekend was when I visited Aubrey, and she lives with three girls who I've known for such a long time, but like can even get closer with them now. And it's so nice to meet their friends. And it's nice when you have friends that want to include you. Pay attention to the good ass human beings in your life and don't try to calculate and decide too fast. I think growing up I was like, well, my friends, I want them to be popular. I want them to dress cute. I want them to this, this, this. And it was very like superficial, like how I wanted to choose my friends and my group. And I think as I've gotten older, I'm like, you're a dope person. You're funny. You're real. You're nice to me. Let's get drinks. Let's go do this. Like it doesn't need to fit the mold of what I thought my friends would be. And I think that's been really important is like realizing you can make all sorts of friends and they don't have to be the same age as you, they don't have the same gender as you, they don't have to have the same uh, attractions as you do, they don't have to look like you. Just when you meet nice people, like extend the offer. The story, everyone's got shit they're going through. Everyone wants to connect with other people as well. So my advice would be if you see kindness, like extend the hand.
You know what you sound like? You like recruited for like some guy sat in the stands and like wrote out like that you were dope and he wanted you with the USC team.
Something like that.
Okay, cool. I'm like a fashionista. Like, forget about this sports analogy. Sports scout, a volleyball scout, whatever. He
Right.
was a scout, right?
Yes.
So I would always say, in another way of saying what you just said, is like, be like the scout who chose Victoria for the USC volleyball team. There are great volleyball players out there. There are great friends out there. And you just got to be the scout and be like, oh, wait, hold on a second. Like,
What a great analysis.
this could be a great player.
Yeah. So I released hoodies. And I was making a joke with my best friend. I was like, if you don't, I was like joking about how I can see every order that comes through. And I was like,
Yeah.
if you don't buy a hoodie, you're dead to me. So that's like me thinking, she's like, Victoria, you can't put that pressure on all the people you know. Like they're not all gonna buy a hoodie because they all don't want to do it and like get over it. Like you can't be making cuts. And so it's just like I also have to check myself with being like, just because someone's not as outgoing, as confrontational, as loyal, like I'm loyal to a fault, as me, doesn't mean we can't be great friends and they can't have something that I like. So yes, be the scout, but also don't be such a critical scout that no one's good enough for you.
Right. And you know what? That's a great point. And it's like, if you're selling something, if you're an influencer, if you're whatever, just a regular girl posting on Instagram, like a comment does not count as friendship. Like giving a compliment and saying, oh my God, you look so cute, I love this photo of you, doesn't count as contributing to your friendship. Just as buying a hoodie, even though I will buy a hoodie, doesn't count as like,
please don't buy a hoodie. But
I can't hold other people to the same expectation that I hold myself. Like, I think that's just the sure easiest way to be disappointed by anyone, is expecting them to like treat you as you would treat them. I know that sounds terrible, but I've found that you can have friends who are best friends, who are your true friends, and then you can actually have friends who maybe you don't fully delve in with your personal private secrets, but like you still care about them, and you're not going to hold them to the standard that you hold Natalie and Aubrey to.
Right. I think just in general, just not to expect. And like I am not, I'm being hypocritical because I have expectations, but I'm trying not to. I just think in general, when you don't have expectations, you just, nothing can let you down. It's everything's an added cherry on top of vanilla.
Okay. I love that. And we've been talking for so long. So tell me, last thing, your added cherry, like what's something you're looking forward to? There's so much blah in the world, like your sunshine, you're bringing so much goodness. And on behalf of all girls, I just want to say thank you for being real, because we need more of that. Like, what are you happy about, and what do you want to leave us with?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, if I could leave people with one thing, and this is something that I also been learning in quarantine, is it's okay to be misunderstood. And that means you don't have to go the extra mile to, no, 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 but what I meant was this, or, oh, no, 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 like it was this, or, oh, no, you don't like me, but I blah, 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 blah. Like, no, it's okay to be misunderstood. Not everyone has to get you. And that's been a breakthrough for me, because I'm a people pleaser. I want everyone to think I'm nice. I want everyone to think I'm great. And not everyone's going to like me, and not everyone's going to get me. And if you can go to bed at night, just be like I'm Liv, like I know what I'm working for. I know the truth about my life, and not everyone needs to know. Not everyone needs to know. And then you don't waste so much breath trying to convince people that you are what you know you are. And so even dealing with like hate comments and like my platform growing over quarantine, having people being like, oh, well, she blah, 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 and this and that, instead of like engaging and being like, oh my God, how is this taken this way? That's not what I meant. I'm just like, dude, I posted this video. 99% of people know this is with good intent, and they know what it means. I can go rest my head on my pillow at night feeling confident. So, I mean, my last tip of advice is it's okay to be misunderstood.
You could be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and someone's just not going to like peaches. Like,
yes, I love that quote. I actually referenced that in one of my talks. It's great.
It's so good. Dude, we're on the same page.
I know.
Hey, thank you so much for watching me and Victoria G. It was so awesome talking to you guys all about college and how it's good. Yeah, but post-grad, even better. If you feel different or alone in any way, know that that's a good thing. You're going to use it as fuel, and you're going to propel onwards onto the future. So much to look forward to, including more IGTVs. Send and share this with a friend, and I'll talk to you soon.